Nothing can prepare us for this reality. The world of K-pop, which has always seemed to sparkle with stage lights and celebrity smiles, turns out to hold deeper, more shocking, and more emotional secrets than anyone could ever imagine. And it all centered on one name that has always appeared simple, calm, and tend to be humble: Jungkook. But who would have thought, behind his black hoodie, behind a seemingly unpretentious lifestyle, was hidden a fact that stunned the entire industry: that Jungkook was secretly living in the palace. Yes, it's no exaggeration to call it a palace. Not because of its size alone, but because the aura emitted from the building dubbed home by Jungkook makes all standards of luxury housing in South Korea simply collapse. And when the news finally leaked to the public, it wasn't just the media and fans who reacted violently. One of BTS's best friends and members himself, Kim Tae-young aka V, made a comment that made ARMY fall silent in silence full of question marks. His words were only one sentence, but they were enough to shake the foundation of ARMY's trust in the balance between BTS members. "I thought he was just messing around. It turned out that he was really serious," Tae-young said with an ambiguous expression, which made everyone start to wonder what really happened between V and Jungkook. Does the comment harbor innuendo? Is there any envy that has been hidden all this time? Or is there something deeper, more personal, that has never been revealed to the public? So many theories have sprung up, ranging from speculation that Jungkook has secretly amassed enormous wealth since BTS debuted, to allegations that the mansion is not just a residence, but also a symbol of new power in the group's body. A symbol that Jungkook, the golden magne, is now on a completely different level. But even more surprising is when the interior of Jungkook's house began to spread in the online community. Exclusive images from Jungkook's living room, kitchen, private studio, and even bathroom sparked a wave of reactions. Not only because of its stunning design and futuristic technology, but because every corner of the house seems to hold a clue. Clues about how Jungkook thinks, how he lived life, and the most disturbing hint of what he has been hiding from the world all this time. A source from a well-known interior architect who has worked on the homes of South Korea's top celebrities said that Jungkook's house has a design that is unusual even for the super elite. No house plans have been officially released to the public, but leaks from construction workers mention one detail that gives everyone goosebumps. The house has a private basement that is not connected to the main building by a common staircase. The only entrance is through a secret elevator disguised as a bookcase in Jungkook's study. This detail not only marked how remarkable the property was, but also fueled rumors that Jungkook had hidden reasons for building a house with such a defense system. A former staffer who once worked with an interior company involved in Jungkook's home project said in an anonymous interview, "I've never seen a client so perfectionist as him. He knows exactly what he wants. Even down to the type of wood he since used in his underground studio room, all had to be exactly like his childhood memories in Busan." How can someone who is so low profile in front of the public have a house with such a complex level of detail and security? And more importantly, why? As soon as the news of this house went viral, the ARMY reacted immediately. Some felt proud that Jungkook had finally indulged himself after years of hard work. But others began to wonder, why is all this so secret? Why is it that until now there has never been a single post from Jungkook that shows even a glimpse of his house? Even during live broadcasts, he always appears from the HYBE studio or hotel room, as if hiding something too big, too flashy, too wow. Another surprise came from an investigative report by a senior entertainment journalist, who said that Jungkook's property was not just one building. Land ownership documents show that there are 3 other smaller buildings around the main house, each with separate temperature control and security systems. One of them is referred to as a personal inspiration room, a room where Jungkook is said to have been alone for weeks while writing songs, creating choreography, and designing his own visual concepts. This report further adds to the mystery and makes netizens wonder, is this house an escape? Is this the palace Jungkook built to get away from the world, from the pressures, from the constant spotlight on his life? And in the midst of all the questions, Taeyoung's comments reverberated again, haunting like an echo in the hallway of an empty house that was too quiet to be left without an answer. "I thought he was just joking. He was serious." Many began to quote this phrase in various discussion forums, trying to interpret its meaning from different angles. Some say it's sarcasm. Some say it's hidden admiration. But there are also those who confidently call that it is code, that V knows something that the public does not know. That V is warning us all, without being able to say directly. Behind the walls that exude luxury, there is an impression that is more disturbing than just sophistication or wealth. Not only does Jungkook's house reflect his glory as a global idol, but it's like hiding a personal narrative that has never been revealed in any live broadcast, any documentary, or any exclusive interview. A narrative of loneliness, control, and, most surprisingly, the possibility of a subtle rift in a friendship that has long been considered unshakable in BTS's body. Army certainly still remembers how close the relationship between Jungkook and Taeyong has been since the trainee days. They are like two inseparable sides of a coin, supporting each other, flirting with each other, protecting each other. But this house changed everything. Because at a time when other BTS members choose more open, more social housing, which can be visited by friends or even appear occasionally on social media, Jungkook's house actually fortifies him. No guests, no video. There are no live broadcasts from his personal space. Only shadows are scattered from leaks and unofficial reports, and when Taeyong utters that comment, I thought he was just playing around. He was really serious, in an ambiguous tone between jokes and bitterness. The mood of the fandom suddenly freezes. An ARMY senior even wrote in a long post on the Weverse forum, Taeyong sounds like an abandoned person. Like someone who used to joke about building a dream together, but now realizes that his partner has gone too far ahead, alone, without looking back. Thousands of comments appear in a single night. Some tried to calm the atmosphere, saying that it was just a typical V prank. But others provoke a deeper conversation. Is this the first time we've seen a tiny fragment of BTS's perfect facade? Is this house a symbol of how far Jungkook has come since their early days sharing a small dorm with stacked mattresses and instant noodles? A former HYBE staffer who now lives abroad, in a podcast that was later deleted shortly after it aired, mentioned that Jungkook had several times argued secretly with other members about privacy and personal boundaries. The former staffer mentioned that since 2022, Jungkook began to gradually withdraw from the group's habits, less often participating in informal activities, more often refusing dinner invitations, and spending more time in his own room even when they were on tour. And now, this house is emerging as the culmination of all those patterns, a place where Jungkook can control everything, choose who gets in, and set when he wants to be seen by the world. But the big question still hangs. Why now? Why at such a young age and career at the peak, Jungkook felt the need to build such a luxurious and alien fortress? A Korean pop culture analyst who is also a lecturer at one of Seoul's leading universities gives an interesting view. This house is not just a building. It's a statement. It's kind of a declaration from Jungkook that he's no longer the innocent magne who goes with the flow. He's shaping his own identity, and unfortunately, maybe that identity is no longer fully aligned with BTS's collective narrative. ARMY divided. Some begin to question the authenticity of the relationship between the members. Some remain steadfast in the belief that this is all just a personal phase that will pass. But the more information about the house is revealed, the harder it is to turn a blind eye to one horrifying possibility.